So I'm sure you've noticed that the greatest basketball players in the history of the game always seem to have these sort of weird alter egos that they turn into when they play, right? Kobe had famously the Black Mamba, the Mamba mentality that he would like turn on every single time he played. LeBron has been called King James for many, many years, since I think he was in high school, actually. If you saw the documentary, The Last Dance, you heard, again, famously, that Michael Jordan called himself Black Jesus. And you might be asking, why? Why do they do this? Is it just marketing? Is it just hype? Is it something that the media came up with? The truth is, it's none of those things. Well, it is all of those things as well, but primarily it's a psychological hack that they use to tap into the most powerful version of themselves each and every time they play. And it's something that you can do as well. So we're going to go over this in today's video, which is going to be all about law number 5 of the deep game. And law number 5 is the law of identity, which states that the player you believe yourself to be is the player you will see. The player you believe yourself to be is the player you will see. Now, when I was growing up playing, in my first year, I'll just put it bluntly, I was the worst player on my team. I would always score 2 points. And for whatever reason, I found myself getting an open layup or an open jump shot, or I cherry picked or something to score those 2 points in pretty much every game. I never seemed to go above 2, though. I can never get that second basket until the very end of the season, where I scored a second basket in the first quarter out of nowhere. And it so freaked me out that I had scored 4 points that I completely shut down the rest of the game. I was like, okay, I am done, season high, I'm finished, like put me on the bench. And I basically rode the end of the bench the rest of the game. It was so silly because I could have, I'm sure, scored more throughout the next 3 quarters, but it was such a shakeup of my sense of identity as a basketball player, as being a 2-point per game player, that I didn't go any further. The following season was the same deal. I averaged, at the time I was averaging 10 points per game that season, give or take, and I would maybe get like 12 here and there, but I could never seem to break through to that next level. And one game at the end of the season, I scored 17, and I had 17 in the third quarter. And when I realized how many points I had scored, because I kind of forgot to count at the time, when I realized how many points I scored, I totally stopped. I was like, okay, I am done, season high, put me on the bench, I'm finished. And I call this phenomenon the imaginary ceiling. We all have it, whether we're aware of it or not. We all have this imaginary ceiling placed on ourselves that basically forms our identity as a basketball player. It's the player that you believe yourself to be. And so it is the player that you see every single time you step on the court. The truth is, we all have more inside of us than we think we do. When I scored that 4 points, I could have got 6, I could have got 8. When I scored 17 points, I could have got 20, maybe 25 if I really pushed it, but I didn't, because I had that invisible ceiling stopping me. And it wasn't until the very end of my career, when I was averaging 24, I could get to 30 and not freak out. I could get to 35. That was totally within my identity as a basketball player. But it took me many years to do that. And so I want to give you a technique for breaking through that imaginary ceiling right now, so that you don't have to wait and you can tap into the most powerful version of yourself every time you step on the floor. And that technique is the same one that Kobe, LeBron, and Michael Jordan used, which is called the alter ego. Now, this is a psychological hack, like I said, for tapping into the most powerful version of yourself and bringing out what is trapped inside of you right now. And so when Kobe created the Black Mamba, he was going through a difficult period in his life, as you might know, and he needed to compartmentalize, and he wasn't playing his best basketball because of what was going on off the court. And so he would literally become the Black Mamba. It was like putting on a superhero uniform every time he played. And so he could shed that identity of Kobe and just become the Black Mamba. King James, when he steps on the floor and does that chalk toss, he's like turning into the king of the court. Michael Jordan, don't ask me why he called himself Black Jesus, you'd have to ask him. But again, I'm sure it was the same phenomena. He went onto the basketball court and just felt like he was Black Jesus, I suppose. And so one of the coolest things that you can do as a basketball player, one of the best things that you can do as a player is actually you don't have to share this with anybody, but create your own alter ego that you put on, like a superhero uniform for your mind that you put on every single time you play. And there's 3 rules that I'll give to you for creating an alter ego that suits you. So number 1, it has to match your unique personality. Every player is different. Kobe, like King Kobe, doesn't quite resonate as much as LeBron. LeBron is a more gregarious, like larger than life type figure. And so King James makes a lot of sense for him. With Kobe, he's more of that like cold assassin. And so the Black Mamba, it suits him, you know? And MJ, he greatest of all time. So Black Jesus, who knows? Maybe that's right for him. I'm sure it was. And so for me personally, later on in my career, I was a shooter, and I never shared this with anybody, but when I got onto the floor, without knowing what this alter ego technique was, I used to say to myself, sniper, sniper. It was like I was lying in wait to bomb from long range, you know, and that really triggered this feeling in me of the best part of my game. So you want to suit this to your own unique personality and also your own unique playing style. So again, for me, sniper, it suited me because I was a shooter. It may be different for you, okay? So suit this for your personality, for your playing style. And third, you want to train as this alter ego, okay? The way that you train will be the way that you play, or to say it another way, what you practice is what you become. And so try to trigger this when you train. Next time you go to the gym, if you create this alter ego for yourself that feels really good, and just to give you a quick tip, when you get the alter ego right, you'll feel it in your body, like in your being. It's like something lights up inside of you, like, yes, that is me. Once you get that, and again, you can keep this totally private to yourself. I don't necessarily recommend telling everybody about it like NBA players do with marketing. Just keep this to yourself for now if you'd like to. Turn into that when you go on the court and get better at turning into that. Practice turning into that when you go on the court. And over time, it's going to become automatic, almost like, you know, Superman used to go into the phone booth and put on his cape, and he turned from Clark Kent into Superman. Or Tony Stark, like he was this famous entrepreneur, and then suddenly, you know, disaster strikes and he clicks the button and the Iron Man suit comes flying from out of nowhere and latches onto his body, and he's Iron Man. It's kind of like that. Automatically, when you step on the floor, you'll find yourself just becoming that alter ego and tapping into the best version of yourself every single time you play. So that is law number 5, the law of identity, and a technique that I hope you use. And I really hope you use it because it's so powerful. As you know, that is only one of the 8 laws of the deep game. And all week we have been talking about how you can start playing the deep game of basketball at a higher level. The deep game is the game that is played with the mind. And our masterclass this week, actually both of them, they left me speechless. The feedback that I've been receiving from players and the results that players have been posting is just, it's blowing me away. This has been my life's work, and to be able to share this with you finally is nothing short of an honor. I say that truly. And so the one question that we've been asked by pretty much everybody is, can you post a replay? And a lot of players have been asking that we post it on YouTube. I don't want to do that only because we are closing the full Deep Game program down this coming Thursday. So at that point, we'd have to take the video down from YouTube, and a bunch of people would be upset, and rightfully so. So I don't want to do that, but what we've done for you is I've posted a replay on a private web page. So there's a link in the description of this video that I'll leave for you. You can click on that link, watch the entire masterclass. You can scroll, rewind, do whatever you like with it. I've even posted some key timestamps throughout the masterclass. It's a little over an hour long. I've posted some timestamps where you should pay really close attention and actually get out your notebook and take notes. So it's really just an easy way to go through it, watch it as many times as you like. I know for the players who came to the masterclass, they were all asking to watch it again. And so this is your opportunity. I'm so glad we could put this together for you. Click the link in the description. It'll take you over to the replay page. And if there's anything that you need at all, don't hesitate to reach out and let us know. So again, that was law number 5, the law of identity and the alter ego technique. In the full masterclass, we're going over all 8 laws. So make sure that you watch it soon. Like I said, we have to take it down when DeepGame closes. So do this now. Do it now. You're going to want to watch it. If the other players are any indication, you're probably going to want to watch it more than once. So like I said, I can't wait to hear your feedback, and I will see you in the next video.